Hey, how are you? My name is Pinky Galani. You are watching What Women Want on Pinky TV. If you are on Facebook, make sure you let us know where you are watching from. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to this channel to get more conversations like this. These conversations are brought to you by SBM Bank. And as usual, our guests are here to give you information to hopefully mentor you, motivate you, inspire you with the conversations that we have on this channel. Today, our guest is Mbugua. Hello, Ian.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
Nice to be seen.
It's actually been, I know. I like that answer. I use that a lot. So listen, I have to first of all credit you because you're wearing my color, pink. Did you realize? Did you do that on purpose?
Fuchsia.
Oh, sorry. You know, I always say pink is the color of the fuchsia.
Yes.
If you get that, then you're very smart.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
My daughter asked me this morning, because I was wearing this. She's like, okay, wait, why are you wearing mustard? I'm like, what's the problem? She's like, you're Pinky TV. She's like, it's all about branding.
Oh boy.
I was like, oh my gosh. So it's something for me to think
It's
about.
something for you to think about, right.
She's 10 years old. So Ian, on our show, we teach our audiences to unlearn. And the first thing we want people to unlearn is getting into the habit of being introduced.
Oh boy.
Because, you know, when you're introduced, is the word edified? Is that right? Is that
Yes,
the correct?
yes.
Because, you know
Yes.
these words. But we also play ourselves down. We don't, when we introduce ourselves, we don't say as much as somebody who's introducing
That's
us
me.
would say.
That's me.
Yeah, so I'd like you to teach us how to introduce ourselves.
Oh.
Don't take all of my 45 minutes with you.
Okay, my name is Mbugua. I am a father, a husband, a grandfather. I'm also a teacher, and I'm a musician, and I'm an actor. I really, really love youth. Youths, as we were talking about,
The youths.
the youths. Yes, and I'm very passionate about young people, and I love helping them out whenever, wherever possible.
I know. I've seen this for a very long time. You've always, I mean, you're always there to help anyone, I feel,
Yes.
Ian. And anyone in this business.
That's what I was put on this earth to do.
Yeah.
To help wherever I can.
Let's talk a little bit about young Ian growing up. What's your background?
I was born in Kiambu. Grew up in most of my life in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yes. With a couple of some years out of the country and back.
Are you fluent in Kikuyu?
I wish I was.
Would you believe that I could know more than you in Kikuyu?
No way.
Really?
Really.
Emwe igere.
Oh gosh, please.
That's all I know, really.
That's it. Pass.
Okay, so what inspired you, Ian? Because you have been this performer. Even when I was growing up, I used to come and watch you at Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I know, right?
Phoenix.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
Seeing you on stage. Would you say that you were inspired at a young age that you wanted to be on stage? You wanted to be a performer?
Well, I've always been, and I still am, cheeky.
Yeah.
I'm that cheeky child who would make the whole class laugh.
Okay.
And when the teacher comes in, I'm the only one doing my work. Everybody else is laughing.
Okay.
I've always enjoyed entertaining people. I found out at an early age that I have the knack to draw an audience, and I love that.
Wow.
So I've always entertained people.
Yeah.
So I got involved in the performing arts at an early age. Be it drama, debate, verse speaking, acting, singing. I've always enjoyed doing that. And I still do that.
So what made you aware? You know, when you said, okay, I realize that I can entertain.
No, once you crack a joke and people laugh and you realize, oh, okay, I've got that.
So they're not laughing out of being polite?
No.
Because you're young and maybe that's your family that you're entertaining.
No, it wasn't with family. One really should not trust family to to be very helpful, genuine, because they'll always tell you you're good.
They'll always sing your
Yes,
praises.
They always will, which is so wrong.
Wow,
Which is
so you
wrong.
should seek criticism
You
or validation from
other people.
other people.
Other people, not family.
Okay.
Not family. Family, you will sing, you will act, and you will be terrible. But they'll tell you, wow. And inside they're saying, oh, God. Yeah.
It's like, I hope that the heart doesn't break, that she's such a bad singer. Wow. Okay, and what was life like on stage?
Oh, on stage, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can be whatever you want. And the audience is just sitting there hanging on your every word. You have control over them. It's fantastic.
It's a thrill.
And that's why Shakespeare said, all of the world
Is a
is a stage, and we are all but players.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do
So
you
you
act in your normal life?
Sometimes,
Would you say?
sometimes it's difficult to draw the line
Okay.
between who I am and, whether I'm acting.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you have any training? Did you watch people? Were you into movies? I mean, like,
All
where
of
did
those.
it all of
all
it?
of those.
right.
All of those. You can't just learn anything from books. You must also go out and learn by watching others. So you can learn a lot by watching other actors. You can learn a lot by reading. So watching plays, watching movies, all of that. When you're even just sitting and watching people and listening to people talking and observing them, you are learning. Body language. Yes. Very
What was
important.
your favorite role to play?
I don't have a favorite anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
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 Food.
Nothing.
Person?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Why?
I don't think anything has got all of those qualities to be.
A favorite.
Yes. I don't have any role model
Okay.
per se. I will take Pinky and I will take the good things Pinky does and I will take those.
Yeah.
And I will go to somebody else and take those.
Okay.
The nasty things Pinky does, I will discard.
Pinky does nothing nasty.
So
That's really good acting.
role models and what have you, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have a favorite thing. But I do have a couple of roles that I really did love. I loved playing the dame in pantomimes,
Okay.
where I was dressed up as the woman.
Yes.
I loved playing a blind person in one play. It's called Butterflies Are Free, where it starts off with this person and you don't realize he's in his flat and he's doing things around.
You don't realize.
You don't
can't
realize
see.
he can't see until 10, 15 minutes into the play. Then that's when somebody says, are you blind? And yes. And you know how you can ask somebody, are you blind? It's
Yeah.
right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what was happening is I was smoking and the lady comes in and I was putting my ash in the ashtray. So she started smoking and she moved
The ash.
ash.
So
But
you
I continued like that. And she said, are you blind? And I said, yes. And that's when you can hear the audience
go,
gasp. Yes.
Because for 15 minutes they're
They
watching
didn't
you
know
and they had
because
no
I
idea.
know everything, where everything is in my
In
flat.
your flat, yeah.
Another role was Whose Life Is It Anyway? It's about a man who's paralyzed from neck downwards and he's in his hospital bed and he's just decided life is too much and I want to die. And so it's a court case to get a judge in to decide whether I have the right to end my life, euthanasia.
Yes.
Whose life is it anyway? So I was on bed, in a hospital bed, before the doors were open. All through the interval, the whole thing interval.
You are on
yes,
stage on a
only
bed.
moving my head. So the nurse would come and wipe me up and give me a drink, and then I had to be there right up to the end. When the last person got out, and there are people who would sit in the audience waiting for me to get up. So we get them out, close the doors, then I can get off the bed. That was a tough one.
That's a tough one.
It is.
Yeah. But then how, for anybody who's watching who wants to be a performer, who wants to act, I mean, now, let's not talk about the stage so much, but in front of a camera or, on social media, we see it so much. There's so much acting going on. What advice would you give them on how to get into character, how to play a character true to who that character is?
You need to study that character. You need to really, really study. Get to know what it is like to be that person. And it's not, you don't act. You become that person. Because if you're acting, there's a very likelihood that you're going to get out of character. Okay, so I can be sitting here when I'm acting and I'm talking like this. Okay, but when you start talking, I get out of character and I go back to until it's almost time for me to speak and get back into my character. Yes, so you must be in character right through. And the really good actors, they get into character from the time they are like off stage.
Yeah,
there's some people who will spend the last half an hour just by themselves getting into character.
Yep.
You don't talk to them. Stage manager will come, knock, knock, beginners, and they will come out in character. They'll get on stage and they will not get off until they are off stage completely.
Yes.
That's how serious you need to take that role. It's not you pretending to be somebody else. No. So you need to study all of that. And then you need to read a lot and watch a lot of other actors. And you need a very good director.
That's also true.
Yes.
Somebody who can bring that.
Yes.
We were talking about this earlier, it's about speech and diction.
Oh.
And how it's so important for anybody whose voice we are listening to have the correct diction, to have the correct pronunciation, enunciation of words. What would you have to say about that?
I have a lot to say about that. It is very serious as somebody who's using their voice to either read news or to announce something. It's important to be clear.
Yes.
It's important to have good diction, good enunciation, good pronunciation, good grammar. Good grammar.
Yes.
It's important to have that.
I have good grammar.
It is not okay if you say so yourself.
She's in India.
I get it now.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
You need to take it's an art that you need to take seriously, and you need to do a lot of homework. Don't be lazy, which is what many of our presenters, newsreaders are. They are lazy.
I know, because, English, as they say, arrived on boat. So it's something that we have to continuously teach ourselves, learn. And especially if we are presenting in English, there's a lot of things that I listen to and I cringe. I'm like, no, don't say that. And this is, these are stations or presenters that we trust.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
go to for knowledge even. And if you're saying one thing wrong, I'm like switching it off.
And then you need to remember that young people are listening to you, who look up to you, and they're going to say words the way you're saying them, because they believe that is the correct word.
Yes.
That's the correct way of doing it, which is...
So can we do a quick Kenyanese?
No, let's not do Kenyanese.
Please, let me just test you. Let me see.
Ahead.
Is it August or August?
August, yes.
Is it fan or fun?
It depends. Is it F-U-N or F-A-N?
Okay, let me ask you. Do you have many funs or fans?
You have fans. Fun is F-U-N, which is ha ha ha, having a lot of fun. Yes. And then there's words like hut, hat, hurt, and heart. All of them are heart. I am hurt in my heart. I'm sitting in my heart, and I'm wearing a hat, and I'm hurt, and my heart is hurting.
Oh my gosh. And then, what is it? Sit down.
Yes, seat and sit.
Seat and sit.
Yes, seating and sitting.
Yeah.
Could go on and on and on and on.
I know. So it's up to us to make an effort. And
It is.
how do we make that effort? Where do we go in?
It also depends on the teacher.
Okay.
It also depends on the teacher. But it has a lot to do with you as well. You have the internet.
Yes.
You can go and look up famous speeches, just listen, and people who talk really
well,
and just listen to how they do it. I'm not asking you to copy them.
Yes.
But you need to, especially if you're a presenter, you need to carve out a niche yourself. Attenborough.
Yep.
Look at anybody else who's doing the voiceovers, how they're doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
And just work on it and continuously work on it. And then listen to the radio, listen to BBC. That's all you need if you want to speak
well.
That's it. Yes.
That's true. All right. Let's talk about, because you've spoken to me right now like a teacher, who you are.
I am a teacher.
It's a very important time. I mean, I don't think us parents understood how important. We're eating humble pie right now.
Oh yes, I have heard a lot of that. With schools being closed, children were left at home, and parents had to look after their own children. Can you imagine the shock?
Horror.
That's when they realized, gosh, teachers, you do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yes. The teacher is not appreciated.
Completely.
Not appreciated.
And
parents had abdicated the roles of bringing up their children to teachers and nannies, which now changed everything, because you've got your child at home. You've got your child and they are doing their classes on Zoom. So you've got to be there to sort out logging, especially for the small ones.
Yes.
And then you've got to help your child
complete a task, glue something together, and you have to sit and be patient. And one thing that I did, for me, and this is a personal story, is initially when all this happened, I just pulled myself out of that equation. I said, I'm not a teacher, because what was happening is I was losing my temper. It was this 2 + 2 is 4. So we've done it. How much? What is 2 + 2? 3, 5. And I'm like,
that's one child. Now a teacher has 30, 40 of those.
Yes.
So you need to really appreciate and bow down to teachers.
No, but even the flexibility of being able to be online one week and then suddenly be in school and be there and to know my child and to, we did parent consultations and every teacher knew my child. They knew what her strengths were, what her weaknesses were. And you're just like, okay, and you're showing up on time for every appointment, every meeting. You're showing up for classes. You are present as a teacher. You're sending assignments back at 10 p.m. I can see this.
Right.
You're I really think us parents have to give you credit. And the reason I'm taking so much time in this interview is because I really feel that we're not recognizing you enough.
Teachers need to really be recognized.
Yeah.
Yes. Because...
And we have to say thank you.
Yes. Thank you to all the teachers.
All the teachers.
All the teachers.
Because really, whether it's a kindergarten or a primary school, high school, university, teachers have just been able to be so hands-on.
Yeah, very.
So,
very.
Wow and well done.
Thank you on behalf of all teachers.
And on behalf of all parents.
Yes.
Another thing that you you see a lot of as a teacher is children's mental health. And where do you see this go? Like, what impact is this pandemic going to have on our children?
It has already had a lot of impact.
Okay.
Already, we've got very many broken families. Okay? So you've got children whose parents are separated, children whose parents do not live in the same house. 1 week the child is with the father, another week the child is with the mother. That already has a mental effect on that child. Now you've got a father who's been fending for the family. He's now out of a job. He's really frustrated. He comes home, he's angry. He will blow up very easily. And that's why we've got so many gender violence cases, and they are on the rise. This really does affect the child. And the damage done is not something that will be undone in a short while, in a short time. It can have an effect years to come. You will find out that this adult behaves like this because it stemmed from something that happened in their childhood.
Yes.
There's a lot that's happening, and sadly, mental health is not a priority, and it should be.
It really should be, which is why I know you're a big advocate. I know you're a big advocate for men's mental health. And as a mom of a boy, what advice would you give me?
As a boy, as a mom of a boy, you can do as much as you like to bring him up, but he needs a male role model sort of thing.
Okay.
Even if a single mom has a boy, she needs to identify a man who can play the part of a father
Wow.
to that boy.
Really?
There's some things that a mother cannot teach a boy. There's some things that a boy needs to get from a man. So I always advise single moms, they've done an amazing job.
Amazing, right?
Amazing. But they need to identify either a brother, an uncle, a friend
Yeah.
who can be that father figure to this boy. Take him out once a week, once a month, and have a boy-to-boy chat.
And at what age should this start?
As early as possible, really. As early as possible. Let the boy have a man in his life.
And what role should that man play?
Play the role of a father,
A dad.
a dad.
So what are we saying to these young boys? What conversations are we having when, these male father figures are taking our boys out? What conversations should they be having?
Now, it depends on what the man himself has been through and how he has been raised. Mm-hmm. And if he's been raised by an absent father, or in a scenario where the absent father is not there, of course, absent father is not there,
yes.
is absent, he has had to fend for himself, or he's had to go to other men to get advice.
Yes.
And most of the time it's, come on, sort yourself out.
You're a man.
You're a man. And you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to have emotions. You need to man up. You need to be tough. Okay? You need to grow up tough. Mm-hmm. Those are wrong.
But even us as mothers say that.
It's wrong.
Okay.
It's wrong. Let the boy have his emotions. Let the boy cry. Let him be able to express himself. Because if he does not, he will keep it all bottled up inside. And that's why we have more suicides among male than
female.
Yes. The girls have got tons of support. The boys do not. Because we don't have enough men who are ready to take the boy and let him be vulnerable, let him be himself, and just take him as he is and guide him. Not tell him, man up. You're not supposed to be crying. You're a boy. You're
Boys
a man.
don't cry.
Boys don't cry.
Yeah.
So it leaves the boy really confused, and he feels that he has to fend for himself.
Yeah.
So when he grows up and he loses his job, he doesn't know where to turn to. We've got men who've lost their jobs, but they will leave in the morning, and the family has no clue that the man lost his
He's
job.
unemployed, yeah.
He'll go out there. Most likely he'll go into alcohol, go into drugs. And before long, that's it. Finished.
So what do you think as a society we need to do in regards to support men's mental health, especially during this time of a pandemic? We had that incident of, locking down a road,
Thicker
having
road,
people
yes.
sleep on a road.
Because we had to obey the law.
That really upset me.
It's ridiculous.
Because I was like, if I'm in that situation, my mother is disabled, I have 2 young kids. We're not flouting the law on purpose.
No.
I don't think anyone is.
No.
We're just hustling because we're fending for ourselves.
We're fending for ourselves. I mean, like I said, it's a question of your cows have been grazing in the field all along. Then you have this talk of a wolf in the forest, nearby forest. So you get all your cow and you put them inside the shed.
Yes,
Are you supposed to feed them or not?
we should, rightfully,
Yes.
because they were
But
grazing.
the government has not done that.
No.
They've put us and just left us.
Yep.
It has done very little in terms of support
For its people,
for its people.
completely.
We don't know about the testing. We don't know about the vaccines. We've not been taken care of. We've been taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
Allow us to continue taking care of
Yeah.
ourselves, because you definitely are not
You're not
taking care
bothered.
of us.
Yes.
Yes.
And like you said, the first, the thing that's they should have taken care of is our mental health.
Mental health. Yeah. So we need mental health departments like in every hospital with qualified people. We need helplines that people can call without and know that they're able to express themselves
Safe.
with absolutely no judgment.
Yeah.
It is safe.
Yeah.
Sadly, many of our psychologists now,
Therapists. Yeah.
therapists, you will go and spill your beans, and then when they are talking to others, they like flaunting. Yes, I remember a case of this and that, and they spill the beans and anybody who knows
Yeah,
Pinky's story
we can put
will
it
know.
together,
We'll
piece it
just
together.
put it together. We need that confidence that I'm coming, whatever I'm telling you stays between us.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm not coming for you to tell me what to do.
I just need to release.
I just need to release. Many times,
Yes.
you just need somebody to sit there and listen to you. That is what it should be.
But it's so unfortunate that that's the situation.
That is the situation. It is, yes.
So it's a very bleak future ahead.
Well, we need to do something about it ourselves.
Right.
We need to offer ourselves as somebody you can come to talk to. And I need to be able to just listen to you and keep it to myself and help you make the right decision. Offload whatever you have, and I will always be there. Call me, talk to me.
Right.
We need to be that sort of person.
Yes.
Not you will come and tell me and immediately I will go home. Hey, guys,
Tea.
you know what Pinky is going through? Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we need to unlearn, maybe. That's a lot of, and like you said,
Unlearning is very difficult.
is so hard.
Very difficult.
Because we've been conditioned and conditioned.
This is
and
the way
conditioned.
it should be.
Yes.
Yes.
And do you feel that the world is unraveling so that we can unlearn?
Oh, if we don't learn from this period, then we are very foolish.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Yes. Good things. I mean, we are learning. We are now learning to appreciate good medical health
Facilities.
facilities.
Yes. Yep.
We're learning how important medical personnel are.
Right.
We're learning how important teachers are. We're learning how important it is to be able to sort yourself out and not rely on serikali saidia.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gosh, have they ever sided?
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, in the past, we've been looking up to our politicians, our president. Those are the people who will sort us out. Where have they been in the pandemic? They've absolutely been
Yeah.
not there.
Yes.
They've been dealing with more important issues.
I always say in a crisis, you'll see a leader. And I'm yet to see a leader. I'm like really looking for this leader who's going to...
Just look at the past year. Who has been there to help you?
Who stood up and said, okay, I'm taking a pay cut and, continue paying me, but I'll take 20%, 80% I'm going to give to my people. I really would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. But was it there?
Is it dreaming big dreams?
But the health workers were there, went out of their way, even without PPEs. They were there.
Yes.
Teachers, ready to teach under trees.
Yeah.
To make sure that your child, my child, gets a good education.
I always love to ask the men who come on the show, what do women want?
Women want to be left alone.
Completely. Just leave us alone.
But do women themselves know what they want?
Well, this
apart
is the
from,
thing.
like
We
you
don't want
said,
just one thing.
dresses with pockets.
We love dresses. We love anything with pockets.
Women want to be loved. Women want to be respected. Women want to be treated equally.
Sure.
It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. Don't belittle women.
Thank you.
Don't say that, no, the woman's place is in the kitchen, the woman should be quiet, the woman looks after the children. No, those roles are no longer that way.
Yeah.
Who are the best chefs?
Men.
Men or women?
Men.
Yes, and why does the woman belong to the kitchen?
Yeah. It's true.
Who's making tons of money these days?
Women.
The women. Okay? Women want to be loved, want to be respected, want to be given equal opportunities.
Yeah.
That's all.
I know you have a lot of women in your life. And I don't say this, in a
Yes,
careless manner. When you say I'm a grandfather, we see you posting your granddaughter on social media. What sort of an impact as a male father figure in her life, what sort of an impact would you like to have on her?
I would like her to grow up knowing that I gave her all the opportunities that she wanted. I allowed her to be herself. I allow her to make her own choices, because I do let her make her own choices. I do let her make mistakes, and then she learns from those mistakes. Yes. I don't tell her everything that she needs to do. Like if she wants to dress up with this, fine, that's up to her.
Yes.
And I want her to be able to say that I was there for her. That's it.
And that's the most important thing,
That's
right?
the most important.
I think what I can take away from you and our conversation today is being present.
Being present is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you have to go for a Zoom class.
I have to go.
Yeah. Look at this. Ian is hanging out with us, having a conversation, and he's headed to a class to teach. Look, this is what teachers do. Ian, thank you so much for your time today. You are just awesome. I've loved watching you as I've been growing up. I've loved becoming your buddy, your friend, hanging out with you. Always full of wisdom and always open to help, which is a good thing.
And I plan to be like that for
as long as
it's possible. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what we can learn from you today as well. Ian and I would love to hear from you, so make sure you drop a comment and let us know what you think of the conversation today. How present are you in your life? Let us know if you are being present, or maybe this is your reminder. Ian, thank you. Go for your Zoom class. I shall let you love you and leave you. Remember, on the show we teach you to unlearn. learn. So be brave enough to do just that. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.